Okay, so look, I know that I'm kind of late, but I couldn't find my knitting for one. I went to the gym late for two. I went and got food for three. So, and then I was talking to friends. So I'm gonna need y'all to just quiet down, just pipe down. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna transfer these, which is the end of the heel, to this because I need to. Yep. I'm not going to graft the heel right now because I want to go ahead and do all the grafting Kitchener stitch of the heels together. So that's what's going on there. Ta-da! So this is a slightly smaller needle because for whatever reason I couldn't locate my 2.75 millimeter bamboo needle. I don't know what that's all about. So the good news is Bay and I might get to spend time together really soon. And I am super excited. Like, kid at Christmas, puppy excited. And yes. Hooray! Yeah. Just that's it. That's it. I don't have anything else I can add to that. Okay, so we have done this now. So we're going to put this off to the side. And now what we're not going to do is make all the same mistakes we made for the first one. Right? What we're not going to do. Not going to do that. So it said the right leg. First of all, that's like the first thing I jacked up was going through the wrong leg. So what I'm doing is I'm picking up the stitches. Oh, sugar. Picking up the wrong ones though. Don't pick up the stitches on the yarn you have to take out. That doesn't make any sense. I know. So anyway. We're gonna try and I'm gonna work for half an hour or an hour. I listened to part of a book today called 4,000 Weeks. I really liked it. I liked it enough that I'm willing to buy it and actually physically read it. So that's cool. Yeah, I tried books out on audio that I'm not sure about or that I don't want to actually like. I'd like to kind of listen to, like treat it like it's radio, but I don't want to physically buy it. Also, books that I just don't want to commit to. If I can get an audiobook version of it, I'm there, because if it's awful, then I'll just stop listening immediately and return it to the library. So I met the new guy at work today. And Juice yesterday was like, oh, he's like you. And I was like, oh shit, are you telling me he's an asshole? And apparently what it is he's not in any kind of rush. He just plods along with stuff. I was like, okay. Now here's why that's funny. Cupcake is all like, I want everything to go quickly and hustle, 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 hurry, hurry, hurry. That's not going to work. because this guy doesn't operate like that. And it's going to be funny as shit when Cupcake figures this out. I'm going to laugh my ass off so hard. I got an interview scheduled for next week. I'm really excited. It's probably not going to go anywhere, but it is an interview, and that's kind of important, because that means out of the sea of, oh my god, people that have applied, I looked like worth talking to, which is cool. Oh my gosh, this is really gnarly. Okay. So, that happened. So I've got one interview scheduled, another one completed. Theoretically, I could probably get another one. If I was like ready. I'm gonna get my license reinstated so that I can get into this place like sooner, just in general. I found out that I can take the written portion of the test like any damn time. The active, you have to be here in person and like complete these actions part of the test, I can't get done until the 18th or the 9th. I can get it done the 9th if I want to drive 47 miles to the test center to do it. By the way, I don't. So there's that. Oh, yeah. Oh, hey, Winter. What's up? It is a new week, isn't it? We got a new guy at work. Of course. What else would you be doing? I'm sweating to death. It's hot as hell here. I have an interview next week. It is 81 degrees right now. It's disgusting. And I'm from the land of humidity. Oh my gosh. So the new guy, well, I'm not going to fuck up this one like I did the other one. So I'm going through the proper leg. But we've got the sock heel, the first one done. So we're going to do the second one now. So that's cool. I got an interview next week though. I did a bunch of paperwork and like adulting on Monday. I'm finally gonna get my name changed properly. So yay, yay! I am on my way out the door of this place. The new guy is also slow and has no intention of rushing, so when Cupcake comes back, he's going to get a rude awakening, and I'm going to be, like, laughing hysterically in my head. I don't think he'll appreciate me chortling at him. They put this silly mandate that we needed to stay open until 7. Let's just put it this way. That's not going over well. It's going to go over well like, I don't know, a heart attack. Not at all. So now I get to pick the stitches out. Hooray. If I can, like, remember how to do this. Let's see if this side isn't, like, jerky like the other side was. I think the other thing is this, this particular yarn is like a jerk. Like, it just is like, I'm not going to cooperate. And I'm like, what? And it's like, yep, never. Jerk. So how was your day, week, weekend, what have you? The cupcake is off all week because he's on vacation, which is great because I don't have to see his face when I go to work all week. I'm taking another personal day next week to go to an interview. Exactly what I'm doing. I think that's totally like a dick move, and I'm okay with it. Oh no. Oh no. I don't know how much of this I'm going to get done. Because there it is. Here it is, being a jerk now. Don't try this at home, kids. Do not recommend. Oh my gosh. Oh man. This is a mess, by the way. For all those of you watching at home, it's a mess. Thinking maybe I should have used a crochet hook for this. But I don't know. I don't know. I think this yarn is just a jerk. It's just difficult to deal with. And that's just how it is. That's probably right. Because I'm doing this properly and it's still like, I'm gonna fuss. And I'm like, what do you mean I'm gonna fuss? And it's like, I'm gonna fuss and tangle. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, sorry. Oh my goodness. So after our project time last night, I was like, I'm going to do some of my homework, right? No, I didn't do any of it. Why didn't I do any of it, you ask? Well, thank you. Thank you for your concern. I didn't do any of it because I went to get my notes that I needed so I could continue taking them, and I realized I had no idea where they were. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. That is utterly great. So, like, that's not going to help at all. It's like the least interesting thing I could be doing with this. Wife is going to go out tonight. So I finished a book last night. Obviously, started another one. I finished Beeston's novel, which was exciting. I really like Beeston. And I started Kong's. And in my head, Kong is cast as like Johnny James, and not whoever the cover model is. So it's a little confusing to my brain because it's like it's this guy because he is on one of the Johnny's on one of the Gorilla Shifters I want to say he's on one of the gorilla. He's one of the gorilla shifters, and I thought it was Kong, and apparently that's not true. So there we go. Oh my goodness. I might need to go get the mail after this. Like, for real. Otherwise, it's gonna have to wait till tomorrow. I don't know if I want to wait till tomorrow, just in case there's something, like, important in there. Because I'm not gonna check it in the morning. Right? That's not gonna happen. So I'm not having the same problems with this, taking out this, but I'm never going to use this as waist yarn again because I am definitely having some problems. We are working on the sock. Sorry, Navi, I missed you. I'm going to take out the waist yarn to put the heel for the second heel. And this yarn is like the worst waist yarn I've ever used. So this is the first one done. I just have to Kitchener stitch the heel together. But I'm going to do them at the same time, so I'm waiting. Also, my documentation process demands that I take a picture of things like before the bind off. And the Kitchener is basically the bind off for that part, right? So this yarn was used in something else recently, and it was a bear. And it is continuing to be a bear. So, good thing I don't have that much left. I'm probably going to turn it into a pair of socks, though. It's not going to be a fun experience. It's the worst. So, how are you, Navi? And welcome. Excellent. So the question is, do you knit or crochet or weave or macrame or anything? We're almost to the end. Thank God. Oh, okay. Awesome, awesome. Cool, cool. I didn't start until about a little over 10 years ago. Because I wanted a pair of socks that I still haven't made. Because, you know, that's how that works. Are you a creative human, though? Do you make anything? Gosh, why is this being such a jerk? I hate this. So, the socks, yes. I don't currently make socks for other people. Um, what I'm focusing on right now is tailoring these socks. Um, uh, so. So. There isn't, this is whatever colorway it is, which kind of is pastel, and it reminded me of, like, Easter, I guess. And now that I'm looking at it, it kind of reminds me of, like, Southwest themed colors for some reason. I don't know. But I'm just making a vanilla sock. But each sock that I've been making, I have been trying to tailor it a little more. So I'm making the perfect socks is what I'm doing. Trying to figure out exactly how much negative ease I want and where. So that it's perfect. And then I'll be like, oh, this is the gauge I want. And this is where I want stuff. So. Oh my gosh. This thing's being super jerky. Beef jerky. Oh my gosh, why is this being this way? I don't want to cut this. But, I don't want to cut this. I'm not above it though if it's like continues. The beatings will continue until morale improves. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's see what happens if I do this. I'm trying to see if I make a little more room. That is the Greek god Dionysus. Those were his feetsies. This is actually the last one that I got. Evil fuzz of doom. Does that mean there's a knot in this? Because that's kind of what it looks like. I hope it's a knot and not something else. Oh, that's terrible. That was awful. I know. I don't usually get on with the dad jokes. I could not resist that one. Oh my goodness. This is just gnarly. Oh my glob. It's like, I see that you want me to cooperate, but I don't feel like it. I'm like, what do you mean? It's like exactly that. Are you a tattoo person, Navi? And if I should be saying that Navy, you should correct me, please. And thank you. Oh, very nice. Knitting is yay. Does your friend knit socks? Oh, we're almost to the end of this waist yarn area. Nice. That's awesome sauce. I got to grow up in a needle workshop, so I got exposed to fiber arts really, really early. Because this is so fussy, this is not as it's not as gratifying as I want it to be. It is being a jerk. There we go. Okay, so yeah, and you can see how this just like got really jerky. I have some arm warmers that I've made. I do have like a set, like a the style that I like to make a lot. So yay. Okay, so now we've done that. Now I can do the real stuff, which is picking up the stitches. So I can knit from the outside. Oh my gosh. There we go. Yeah, so when I have two balls, I try to work from the outside with the other one, so I don't have to cut yarn more than necessary. This thing is being really fussy. Haha! There we go. Okay. So of course, I didn't take the time to open up my pattern to look at it. Of course I didn't. Why would I do something like that? I always forget steps, even though I've made several socks. Let's see. We're gonna do thrush. Carefully with the plates. Right? Right? Right. Where are my Post-its? I took the time to put my Post-its where they belong. I did, in fact, say yes to the warmers of the hands, by the way. Let's see. Bam. Okay. Alright, now we get to do this. This is like my least favorite. Now these are sock yarn. All the arm warmers I've made have been with worsted weight yarn. So I would have to adjust the thing. But I do kind of want to make some like scrappy arm warmers with sock yarn. Because why not? Why not? There's no reason why not. Alright, this is gonna be a jerk. Shh. Ooh, okay, so haha. I love it. I love picking up stitches. It's my favorite thing to do. It's not. It's the worst, actually. I hate it. Like, you can fudge picking up stitches, but I can't seem to fudge it correctly. This is a sock pattern called Smooth Operator. I just remember that. For no reason. Okay, so now Just gonna make sure that does that, and this is this, and that is that. This is all really fiddly. It looks, I think it looks a lot more intimidating than it is. It's not this bad. So I did the math. There's 484 stitches in this toe box, and therefore the heel, because the heel is basically an exact replica of the toe box. It's like some serious fiber nerd business right there. Oh, mash. Oh, smash.
What's this? What's this?
Don't mind my freaking phone just making noise at me. Because I was terrible and I forgot to... I'm hoping that because I turned the sound off that won't happen again. I always mean to turn my sound off, my notifications off, the few that are on, and put it on Do Not Disturb. And I gotta tell you, I forget like every time. Every time. Now this right here, this part, this like first round is probably like the least fun, right after the whole picking out of stitches. At least it's not as bad as steeking. So steeking I haven't done yet, and that makes me nervous, and I don't really want to do it. But it's probably going to become necessary at some point. Oh, gravy. So I'm gonna have to check in with wife later because she was going on, I don't know, a meetup, I guess, and make sure she's all right. Do. This thing is like, how many stitches is it? It's forever stitches. That's how many it is. So many stitches. I'm super excited that I landed an interview next week. I'm gonna take that as like a good sign, right? Because they could have just said, we don't want to talk to you. And they didn't. So, hooray. Hooray! So excited. Alright, okay, so glorious. La la la. La 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 la. Oh yeah, no, wait, I gotta add 2 rounds on it. I forgot that this round is gonna count towards the amount. And so is the other one. I forgot all about that. So my stitch count is off. Oops. Oops, a doozy. Okay, so... Oh my gosh. Here we go. And there we go. Oh my gosh. Do 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 do. You know, I've had a bunch of people text me about jobs, and it's kind of super weird now that I think about it. Like the supplemental guy saw me pull out my cell phone, and that's not weird because he knows I have a cell phone. But all these other people that I've talked to, one or two of them have like sent me text messages, and I'm like, you know, you're assuming this is a cell phone, but like, what if it wasn't? Like, what happens if you try to text a landline? Does it give you an error message? Because I don't know. I've never tried to text a landline because I know that's not going to work. I think I might need to know the answer to that question. I might need to know. I might need to. It might be really important that I know. Insane curiosity. So, just so you know, Navi, I stream fairly often. Right now, the goal is pretty much every day. Every 2 weeks, I take a Friday and a Saturday off because I have to. I have my little, and you know, it's kind of unreasonable to ask her to be quiet for an hour plus, like randomly, while I sit there and talk the whole time. So, boom! Oh my gosh, okay, that's great. That's great. That's great. Alright, so now I had to figure out how I'm going to unknot this without making a mess. Can we do it? Yes, we can. I don't know. That might not be true. I'm not sure. Me and my butterfingers. Butterfingers. Better nobody lay a finger on my butterfinger. Oh my gosh. I remember liking this as a kid, and like one day I was like, I can't stand these. It was just really strange. I guess we're just going to leave that because that's not going to fix anytime soon. Alright, so the second go round is going to, those 2 stitches that I made, I'm going to make them disappear. It's like a magic trick. Oh goodness. Oh my gosh. Oh my glob. Whoa, hey, wrong needle. Okay, so now the fun part begins. Because, yay. I'm just going to try and like keep this here so I don't accidentally do something silly, right? And do like what I'm trying to do there. Like pull the things off the needle. So I tell everybody to call me Ray because there's a Ray sound in Aradia and there's a Ray sound in Nawari. But I've signed my artwork as Aradia like forever. So I just left it because I've always signed my artwork that way. Like even when I was in high school. Yeah, the actual full name is Aradia Goseling, as in like a baby goose. Only there's an E in it. So yeah, and that's because I can't spell. Apparently, apparently that's what that's about. Like, oh, okay. So I started. The Twitch joke is just call me Ray because I've had a bunch of people try to pronounce Aradia, and I've heard Aradia, I've heard Aradia. I'm like, no, that's not it. So, thanks. It is a taken name versus a given name. La-di-da-di, everybody. Oh my gosh. And the other name is Nawari Danaeus. So Aradia and Nawari is actually two first names. Danaeus is the genus name of the monarch butterfly. And there's meaning behind that. So. And my businesses are under the heading Radius Hand, as in made by Radius Hand. And Danaeus Divine because I do divination. Also, alliteration is great. Because I'm a word nerd. I actually just recently changed my screen name, which means I need to update my link here for Instagram because it's no longer correct. I keep forgetting to do it. And I'm like, you have to do this. And I'm like, I do have to do this. And it's like, why haven't you done it yet? And I'm like, no reason. Because I'm lazy. Actually, the real reason is because I have so many other things to do that it's not been a high priority to mess with it. So, Falderal and Fiddly Dee, Fiddly Fadly Fuddle. Oh my gosh. I'm wondering if maybe I should save my latte for while I'm streaming. I get tired and it makes streaming really difficult because I'm so tired. And then I start like not making any sense. Like, what is Spray talking about? And I'm like, I don't know. It's so weird because literally right before streaming, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm like awake and alert. And then like, I don't know, 20 minutes, half an hour in, I'm like, can I take a nap now? It's like, no, you cannot. I'm also like horribly late. Like, I'm supposed to start streaming at 7. That's what my schedule says. That's what I mean to. It doesn't quite happen. Today it didn't happen because grocery store. I was like, I want a food. So I went and got a food. I don't know if I streamed earlier, if I wouldn't technically still get tired about the halfway point. And I don't know that it has anything to do with streaming, really, because there are times when I have streamed for a lot longer, a lot later, and I've been like super awake for that. So I don't know. It feels like multiple factors are going into this. Ha ha ha. First 2 rounds accomplished. Awesome sauce. Oh my gosh. This is so fiddly. It's really not that bad, but I think it looks a lot worse than it is. Okay, so what we're probably going to do now is do the first 2 rounds. And I need to mark it in another color other than black so I don't get confused about which one this is. Ta-ta-ta. So now I get to do the decrease rounds. The first one. This is the greatest. It doesn't help that I didn't have my tea midday either, I'm sure. Like my midday pick-me-up. Been really bad about having it. Excellent. Alright. Yeah, so I know I said the other day that I wasn't going to stop in the middle of like a set. I think I absolutely am going to do that with this just because I'm so tired. And I just said that and that's not true now because I have a couple more minutes left. So clearly I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, never mind. Don't mind me, just talking out of my ass over here. I like how, because this is so random, the transition of the colors is going to kind of look like it's not weird. Mm-hmm. I did take the time to charge my phone today, though, so that was a good job of me. Oh my gosh. Dun 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 dun. Okay, so I said I was going to use a different color. I guess blue is the color we're going to use because it's right here. So I had these really high hopes that I was going to do some homework after this, and I don't think it's going to happen now. Because I'm so tired right now, it's becoming difficult to think. Which is the worst. He's the worst. Oh my goodness. I feel like it might be bread time. I have a 3-cheese semolina that I bought today or yesterday, and I've eaten half of it. I think I'm gonna eat the other half tonight because tasty. I don't know what all the cheeses are, but Asiago is one of them. All right. This is a mess. It's a mess. It's always and forever going to remind me of this very specific thing that happened. I think technically I could get another set of rounds out, and I don't know if I'm going to because I'm just really tired. I feel like the responsible thing for me to do is to go the next 2 rounds. Round 2, fight. I don't know. Right, Gur. But what does the G stand for? I'm gonna make room for the tuna. Okay. I'm gonna eat you. It's meat in my bread. Alright, so the question is, am I gonna do 2 more rounds? Or am I going to say screw it? I think we're gonna say screw it for tonight. So, alright. If you're watching this later, thanks for popping in and catching the on-demand version. Whether you're watching it on Twitch or on YouTube, later. I want to thank you for thanks for coming out and supporting me and liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, whatever. It's awesome. I appreciate y'all. It means a lot that you give a shit what I'm doing. So, woo. But I am apparently tired enough that I'm gonna start not making sense, and I have some bread like calling my name. So I'm gonna get my my bread on here shortly. But I should be back tomorrow. We're gonna be working more on the heel. So long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, and good night.